Hello Libra, and welcome to the weekly love reading for couples from the 27th to the 6th of March. Now Libra, I am ready to go. I've pre-shuffled your cards. Before we get started, quick astrological update. There is a new moon in the sign of Pisces on the 6th. So fantastic energy, but I do also need to draw to the fact at the same time we have Mercury going retrograde. So this is in the sign of Pisces, but it does affect all of us in terms of communication, delays, travel delays, things going haywire, things not being clear. So be prepared for that, okay? This is why we watch tarot, to get these kind of messages. But let's get started with your reading. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card, simply put, of patience. Needing to have patience in your connection. For me, it's all about, you know, it's really quite cute in this card. If you have a look how it's drawn, so it's like waiting for the seedling to grow into something quite beautiful. You can relate this in many different ways. As you guys know, if you follow me on the channel, I speak a lot about Venus ruling both love, beauty and money, so I pull up money as well. So I feel like, you know, you could be grinding pretty hard, Virgo, and Virgo, it's not a Virgo reading. You could be grinding pretty hard, Libra, in terms of trying to build your foundation, rebuild your foundation, whatever your project is that you're working on in terms of longevity for your family, okay? What's amazing is you have some really incredible energy. You have the King of Pentacles coupled with the Ace of Wands. So King of Pentacles represents Capricorn and its core, but in a general reading I like to talk about all earth signs, so it could be Taurus or a Virgo as well. And I did mention Virgo there before, so maybe for some of you, for me that was just a slip up because I did the Virgo reading before, but for some of you maybe that's relevant. King of Pentacles coupled with the Ace of Wands. So this shows to me a brand new passionate beginning with potentially a Capricorn in your life. Maybe your partner's a Capricorn. Maybe this is just speaking about you getting success. So I can read these cards in a multitude of ways, okay? King of Pentacles is an earth sign, right? They're also a leader. They're very strong in their field. They're great at what they do. Coupled with the Ace of Wands, this is my phallic card. So this is the thing of someone, you know, really kind of that can't get enough of you kind of sex card, right? Real beautiful, passionate intimacy. It's not just like a wham bam thank you ma'am. There's also like passion there, like lots of kind of intimacy. But if we're not talking about anything that's of that nature, then it relates to creativity, business, a new project. Maybe you're signing a contract for something this week, Libra, that's going to be very fruitful for you, and you're just needing to be patient as you align that. And I say that with confidence because at the bottom you have the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands all speaks about victory, right? Charging forward, achieving, putting actually dreams coming true, right? Something coming true. And it's interesting because your previous week, I think I had down, what was it, honest conversations. Yeah. So it was all about needing to be very clear in your communication. Now remember, Mercury is retrograde. This is not the best time to sign any new contracts, to begin anything new, to have really heart-to-heart conversations, because what you try and communicate can be misconstrued. And what's interesting is that, like, you have this beautiful energy here for you, Libra, and then you've got this card of like judgment. So this is I like to call it my phoenix rising from the ashes, right? It's like you've been through so much shit, and then finally it's like, ah! The bird flying up, right? And I can sometimes also see this as a resurrection or reconciliation. So maybe you and your partner have been separated, haven't been seeing eye to eye, and now you kind of come together and you're collaborating well. Although I feel like it's more like this is on your shoulders, Libra. Like you have been the one in charge. You're the one that's kind of pulled yourself out of wherever it's been. Just be careful as you kind of get through the week and get closer to this new moon and more into this retrograde period, because I feel like you have the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is my anxiety card. It's also my lack of sleep card. In traditional tarot, it literally shows the guy who's sitting in bed and then wakes up, sits up straight forward and is like, oh, holy crap, where am I? What's going on? Because he's so exhausted. And I mean, you can see that in this card. I don't need to break that down for you, Libra. So just be careful. You could be spreading yourself a little bit too thin. And I did talk about that in your soul reading for this week. And it's kind of come through in this reading as well for couples. At the center of your reading, you have the King of Wands. So this can either represent you, maybe you have an fire rising, or it can represent your partner, or it could just be showing you being very creative and empowered at the moment. Like ideas are coming to you quick and fast. Maybe that's why you're not sleeping. I just see it being a really strong week for achieving goals and kicking goals and achieving things when it comes to business. As you get into next week, you've got the Six of Cups. This is quite beautiful soulmate kind of energy. So maybe this reconciliation or maybe this achievement of whatever it is that you're trying to build or create in the world, Libra, then brings you a reconciliation or a rekindling with your love. Like you come back and you see them for their truth and their honesty. Yeah. And you've, as your oracle, you've got the card of Observer. So this is perfect. It's exactly ties in with what I was trying to say. It's about actually giving yourself the space to just sit back and kind of take things in. Don't make any rash decisions in this week. You're charging ahead with something that you're creating, Libra, but when it comes to love within your intimate relationships and within your partner, I think it's not the right time to kind of make any decisions. I think it's just a time to take a week of stepping back and, as the card says, observing. But I'll read it for you from the book. Perspective, objective, neutral observation from a distance. And it says, sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be a little like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take to a higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself, in others, and in the landscape. You will find things much more improved sooner than you think. All right, Libra, that was your reading for this week. I hope you found it helpful. Good luck with whatever it is you're trying to create in the world, and I will be back with you next week. Take care.